Hey guys, welcome back to the Mets franchise. Hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. In this episode, we're going to wrap up this season because, as you can see, we're in the early stages of September, but we are 69 and 74. It is all but over, as we'll go over the standings in a second. This season just did not pan out how we hoped after signing Urias, and the lineup we knew kind of was going to be a problem, but don't worry, in this episode, in this offseason, we are going to make some major moves. I promise you that. As you see, we finished, I simmed all the way to the end. We finished 17 games out of first place, which was obvious. The Braves were going to run away with this division no matter what. So they win the East with ease. I'll just show you guys all the standings. The Cubs won the Central, and the Reds and Brewers both made wild cards. Kind of crazy. So 3 teams from the Central made it. Dodgers won their division easily, and the Diamondbacks go back to the playoffs. 95 wins for the Diamondbacks, pretty impressive. Going to the wild card, obviously you see the Diamondbacks, Reds, and Brewers making it. Marlins, Giants, and us missing out by quite a bit. So even though we got to 500 in the end, it was just not a good season. I don't know how we finished 81-81. Rays won the AL East because they always win the AL East in this game. Won it by 11 games. Orioles and Red Sox in the playoffs. Guardians win the Central by 13 games. And in the West, the Rangers actually have the most stacked team in this game. 112 wins. Astros, 99 wins. They lost the division by 13 games. Kind of crazy. The Braves actually beat the Rangers in the World Series. So our foes, the Atlanta Braves, division rivals, they beat the Texas Rangers, who are definitely the best team on paper in this. But anyway, let's go and start making some free agents moves. We accepted the options for Blake Trinan and Randall Grichuk. They both had good years, so we accepted that. We did eventually sign back Pete Alonso. We knew we were going to do that. That was going to be the main goal right away in the offseason. Probably not realistic number-wise, but he did have not the greatest power and production years, so anyway, 6 years, almost $10 million a year. Some moves around the league. Juan Soto goes back to the Nationals. Okay, he turned down the $440 million just to go back to them for $314. Sure. Brandon Woodruff goes to the Diamondbacks. 4 years, 71.6. Let's go into our moves. We're gonna make a big move, as pitching was a huge problem for us this season. So we are gonna go ahead and go out and get an ace, Corbin Burnes. We got Julio Urias last year thinking he was going to be our ace. He didn't do great. He kind of did okay towards the end. Him and Kodai Senga were really disappointing. Just pitching in general was most of the reason why we were so bad. We definitely need to fix the lineup too. But Corbin Burnes is much, much needed. We backloaded this contract so our budget doesn't get blown out this too early. But yeah, 6 years for him. We'll have him through 2030. Corbin Burnes is a New York Met. He'll be starting opening day most likely, unless we make some other moves here. We'll see. Let's go into the next move. We do sign Jonathan Loaizaga from the Yanks. He's a free agent. We signed him to a 3-year deal with an option for a 4th year at $4.5 million. So we'll see. Relievers in this game, you never know. It could be bad or good depending on the sim. So I like to throw in the option just in case. So we signed Loaizaga. A couple more moves around the league, just random. Nolan Arenado gets traded for Joe Musgrove. Okay, sure. Harrison Bader got traded to the Dodgers for 3 prospects. Okay, good for the White Sox, I guess. We are going to pick in the Rule 5 draft Stephen Okert, left-handed reliever. We need bullpen help, and we need left-handed guys in the bullpen. So a solid pick there. He'll stay on the roster all year. Another signing we make is Jorge Soler, 2 years, $9 million. He'll be our everyday DH as long as he doesn't struggle too bad. Power hitter. We don't really care about the average from our DH. We just want some more home runs in this lineup, some more pop. So excited with Soler. Let's get into something a little bit more interesting. Now, you're going to see this trade for Dylan Cease. We're going to trade for another big arm. But this is only part 1 because you can only trade 3 people at a time. This is only part 1 of this trade with the White Sox, as you will see in a sec. So this first half, we're trading Ray Mitre, 19 years old, 75 overall starting pitcher already. Alex Ramirez, 69 overall, 22 years old, B potential center fielder. So one of our better outfield prospects. And probably our best prospect, Colin Houck, who the Mets drafted in the first round of 2020. Was it this year, first round, or last year? I can't remember. But he was a first round pick, our best prospect. We just have, we have Lindor at short. We have Brett Baty at third, second base maybe, but I like Ronnie Mauricio, so we trade him for Cease. And then also we're going to, again, looks like two trades, but I just combine it into one. We're trading for Luis Robert as well, as we're giving away more top prospects. As I'll show you Luis Robert's stats in a second on why this deal makes sense. But we're trading Drew Gilbert, decent prospect out in the outfield. Kevin Parada, who has good hitting stats for a catcher, but where is he going to play with Francisco Alvarez? And the last guy's starting pitcher, Ziegler, who was 70. And for Luis Robert, look at all those stats. They're going a lot down. He had a very down year last year, 215, only 23 home runs and 58 RBIs in 133 games. So, and there always talks about trading Luis Robert in real life. Same thing with Dylan Cease. So, hey, why not trade 6 of our very good prospects? We're pretty much depleted our whole farm system to the White Sox. But we got Luis Robert and Dylan Cease. I'm hyped about that. Team's looking way better. As you look at the Yankees here, I'm going to make this trade. Jeff McNeil for Ron Marinaccio. The Yankees don't have a second baseman. They had a terrible year. They could always use more lefties in that lineup. So I think that made sense. They trade for Jeff McNeil. We get Ron Marinaccio, who they keep calling up and down in real life, and he was shaky in this game, had like a mid-4 ERA. So that'll wrap up the offseason. This is what our team looks like. This will be the lineup against righties. Nimmo's going to move over from center to right. He's going to lead off still. He had a good year. Francisco Lindor bats second at short. The newly traded for Luis Robert, he'll bat third in center field. Our guy Pete Alonso is at first cleaning up. Francisco Alvarez will bat fifth. 99 power versus righties, perfect for that fifth spot. Brett Baty's back this year. He was hurt basically all of last year. He got hurt in episode 1 or 2 with that torn Achilles, so he's back. Soler DH is at 7. Randall Grichuk is the everyday left fielder now at 8. And Ronnie Mauricio at second every day now that Jeff McNeil is out. There was no spot for him anyway. I like Grichuk and Soler better. Against lefties, pretty much the same. You just kind of move Soler up, Alvarez down 1, Grichuk up, and Mark Vientos plays instead of Brett Baty. So a little bit of a change. So that's how it's going to look. Let's go into our pitching staff. New revamp now. Looks way, way better. Corbin Burns, our ace. He'll get the ball on opening day. I'm very excited about him. Julio Urias, he's still going to be our second starter. Like I said, he was playing good at the end of the season. So there's no need to bump him down too much. I think he's still got it. He just had a first down year in New York. We've seen that plenty of times with plenty of people. Dylan Cease, he'll pitch third for us. Super excited about him. Kodai Senga is the fourth starter, which, he's probably better than any fourth starter anyone else has. And David Peterson will start as our fifth guy. Although, I'm not super sold about David Peterson. He's not my favorite. But we got Tyler McGill as our long relief. He could easily slot in if Peterson starts to struggle, or if just anyone gets hurt in general, he'll slide in there easy. So I like having that sixth guy. And then we got the new guys. We got Loaizaga, Okert, Marinaccio, John Curtis, and Blake Trinan, and Phil Bickford returning for the middle of that bullpen. And, of course, our closer, Edwin Diaz, is not going anywhere. So we're looking pretty good. Maybe at the deadline we add another arm if we needed, but let's just get right into this, right into the season. Opening day against the Phillies, as we are going to throw out our new look Mets out there at home in front of the fans to see what we've got. We got Corbin Burns going sub-3 ERA last year. Love to see that. First batter is going to face his Trey Turner. He gets him swinging on a nice high cutter, as Mets fans will love that. We're going up against Max Fried. The Phillies signed Max Fried in the offseason. For whatever reason, he didn't pop up, like those notifications do. But he was big money. Goes from Braves to the Phillies in that one. In the fourth, we're going to get our first highlight. It's Brandon Marsh. Hits one deep into right center. Brandon Nimmo's going back. He's going to try to time this up, but he is way off. Home run for Brandon Marsh. 1-0 Phillies in the fourth. So Corbin Burns is cruising along. Gives up the long ball there. He'll need a bounce back. Let's get into some R highlights. Bottom of the fourth. We don't have a hit yet, but until now, Francisco Lindor gets the first hit of the Mets season. Base hit up the middle for him. A couple batters later, we got 2 outs for Pete Alonso, 2-2 count, and he is going to rip one into left field, and that is no doubt about it. Home run off the facade of the second deck. 2-1 Mets, just like that. Pete Alonso extends with the Mets and follows it up with a home run on opening day. 2-run shot gives the Mets a 2-1 lead. We're going to jump ahead to the top of the sixth. This would be Corbin Burns' last inning here. Hopefully his last batter. Brandon Marsh bloops one, and Ronnie Mauricio can't make the play, and neither can Luis Robert. That bloops in. We got first and second, 2 out for Bryce Harper now. Scary, but we decide to let him in to try to finish the sixth, and he gets him going on the changeup. He could not hold up Bryce Harper as Corbin Burns, 6 innings, 1 run on his Mets debut. Beautiful start. That would be the end of his day. In the bottom half of the sixth, we got Ronnie Mauricio leading off with a base hit. Next batter, Brandon Nimmo. That's a base hit over the first baseman, Rhys Hoskins' head. First and second, nobody out. We got something cooking here. Next batter's Lindor, and he is going to dribble one slowly in front of the plate. Fried picks it up. He fires to first, not in time. Bases loaded, no out, and that's going to chase Max Fried out of the game as the reliever come in. Bases loaded, no out against Luis Robert, and Luis Robert crushes one to left. That ball was so hung. Oh, my goodness. Into the second deck, no doubt about it. Throws the bat. A grand slam for Luis Robert on his New York Mets debut, as that will get the crowd pumped up. In the seventh, Ron Marinaccio, he's on for his Mets debut. Already gave up 1 run. I just showed in the quick sim. I didn't show in the quick sim, but that one is gone from Brent Rooker, who's on the Phillies. Luis Robert tries to time that one up. He just couldn't get it. 2-run shot. All of a sudden, it's 6-4. Next batter is Nick Castellanos, and he smokes one out to left. That one is gone as well. Back-to-back home runs for the Phillies, and a 6-1 lead turns into a 6-5 lead just like that. Not good from Ron Marinaccio in his Mets debut. Not good at all. In the seventh, it's Mark Vientos. Grounds to short. Beautiful play by Trey Turner, but it can't be scooped up by Rhys Hoskins, so that'll go down as an error even after that nice play. Next batter, Mauricio, no doubt about it, to left. Another no doubt home run from the Mets today. That's 8 runs on opening day. That's something we didn't do a lot last season. We did not score a lot, so that is good to see. 8 runs as it brings our lead to 8-5. A little bit cushion for Edwin Diaz, and that's light work for him. He'll get Castellanos to ground out to Lindor, and that'll do it. Opening day victory, we looked really good. Corbin Burns, 6 innings, 1 earned. 8 runs for the Mets, a grand slam for Luis Robert, home runs from Pete Alonso and Mauricio. So I'm feeling good about this season, guys. I hope you are too. Let me know if you like those moves in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you did. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much.